I should put my
Welcome into another fine and fun-filled episode of the Power Hour. This one's going to be interesting because just about everybody, 2/3 of this show is really pissed off right now. So I'm going to try to keep everybody happy and smiling, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I, of course, am Steve. You know, the urban sensation, the legend, the icon, that is C.Red. And our guest tonight is taking Midwest independent wrestling by storm. It is Hot Rod Daddy Andy, baby.
Oh yeah, baby.
Hot Rod. Little macho madness too. I love it.
Andy Madness.
Andy Madness.
Macho Madness is trademarked.
It is trademarked. That's a good thing. While Red gets lit up and ready to go, you had a match this past Sunday at CTW Halo Pursuits. And the match, it was great. I mean, it was, we know that you've been trained and we know that you are in-ring savvy, shall we say. But when you got your heat with young Mr. Diamond, you were not a worker. You were just simply enjoying the show, but you were not enjoying high society as many people do. And Jed realized the opportunity to kind of stick it to high society. And I kind of think he was smart enough to bring in a ringer, because when I look back at that match and I watch it, Andy, you kind of whipped his ass.
I don't know if you've watched the tape since then, but I've actually won the match. I mean, if the referee had just turned around, he could have counted to 10 and the match would have been over 3 times.
We were on commentary and we counted to 12, actually, as far as, you could have won 4 times.
4 times then. Yeah, I've won 4 matches in that one.
That was one of the things that I wanted to take issue with. CEO Jed, under a lot of strain, under a lot of pressure. I'm sure Red will comment on that at nauseum a little bit later on, but he's under a lot of strain, a lot of pressure, and he brought in a new referee to work this show, BJ Porter. Now, I don't know.
It's kind of interesting that a new ref happens to pop up in a high society match, isn't it?
It is, and I thought maybe there was some issues there, because I've worked for many years calling matches. So my job is to sit there, observe the matches, they're happening, and describe it to the folks at home. And, the referee, I scrutinize them because they're right in my face the entire show. I don't think I have ever worked with a referee. First of all, you don't really see referees with mullets very often. Hell, you don't see mullets of any kind to that degree, but his blindness was staggering. And, we'll get to Red's situation, where Red actually got beaten by a Fred Flintstone brontosaurus bone, and the ref didn't see that. And you had put up a 12 count, ref didn't see that. How do you feel debuting at CTW? Because now the word is out on Hot Rod Andy. Now you're sought after. Now you're the guy. How does it feel to have your debut at CTW and I've now shot to the stratosphere?
Yeah, much like the Macho Man, I'm the cream of the crop, man. I'm at the top right now, and I got a target on my back because apparently after I kicked Cameron in the face, they've hired an attorney or something like that. They've got an attorney, and now they're coming after me. I've got Nick sidestepping me. I've challenged him to a match again. Like, I've shown him video, much like I've shown everyone on Facebook that I kicked Cameron in the face. I've shown him that I had him down and beat. And what ended up happening to me should not have happened to anyone. Like C.Red, that should not have happened to you. What happened to me should not have happened. We technically should have won our matches, but cheating and incompetence. But I'm happy. I'm happy to be at CTW. I'll let this one go, but the next one's not going to be. It's not going to be favorable for anyone who gets in my way.
I want to offer up a hot take because I want you both to react to this. The more we've spoken, the more I'm starting to maybe smell collusion. New ref, affected both of your matches. Do we think that maybe it was a big show between Cameron and our CEO as far as what went down? Do we think maybe CEO Jed is bankrolling high society? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the first time ownership brings in hired thugs. So I'd be interested. I'll get Andy's opinion in a second. Red, I know you got, I can see the blood pressure venting out of the top of your head.
Living up to his name.
We'll give Red a chance to say a few things because I know he's got a few say. But what do you think? Do you think we could have some collusion here?
It's either very smart or very stupid. It's plain and simple. Either he's very smart or he's very stupid. So I expressed how I felt clearly Sunday. So take it for what it's worth. I'm sure he's watching. I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
You know, I don't give a damn about him or Rage. I'm tired of being the pawn in this damn game. In I'm nobody's pawn. Fuck that. I'm the king on the board, not a fucking pawn.
Andy, you kind of got the same thing going. I mean, you got put into this match, and do you feel like you're being played like a pawn? That's a fine point that C.Red made.
I'm gonna get serious. Take off the glasses here real quick. I'm gonna give.
Never seen Hot Rod Andy without his glasses.
Not in this kind of setting. You have it in the ring, yeah. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because that's the least I can do for someone who was smart enough to hire me in the first place. But like C.Red said, wrestling, man, it's kind of corrupt. Like I've learned a lot since 1992. I know the carny acts that are out there, and I know what people will do to make a quick buck. And I wouldn't put it past somebody like Jed or like a Wayne to try to like weasel his way into a situation where he could, make a little money off of something. So, like Red said, it'd be stupid. It'd be stupid if they were in cahoots with each other. And I'm sure, much like C.Red said, and I'm saying right now, that there are a bunch of other people on this roster who probably feel the same way.
I think those are fine points. Now, I'm not saying that this is a proven situation. I mean, C.Red feels how he feels because of the situation. He wasn't even supposed to be in a match. He's supposed to be a manager. That's what C.Red's supposed to be. But so far, at just about every show, he's been thrust into a match with Marche as a partner, took quite a beating against Moondog Murray, who wasn't even supposed to be the guy he was fighting. He was supposed to fight Brubaker. That in and of itself is a highly questionable decision because, it's not that C.Red can't fight. I'd put money on C.Red in just about every circumstance, but the Filth King, there's just something about the Filth King. I didn't like the matchup. I thought that it put Red in a precarious situation just by the matchup itself. I didn't know enough about Moondog Murray, but then we had the blind ref. So that's double indemnity. So I'm not saying that Jed is behind high society. I don't necessarily think that that's true. He certainly pulled Cameron off of commentary and basically relegate him to management, but then he put himself in commentary, which is a position where, you can certainly spin a narrative if you need to. So I'm just saying that, there are a lot of tentacles, and Crash Tested Wrestling, has enough to worry about and has enough of a history where you'd like to see less tentacles. So I don't know where this is going to go. I have faith that Jed is good, and I think he's trying really hard. But I know C.Red's really pissed. Having driven home with C.Red, listen, they have those the shows on MTV, and WWE has road trips and stuff. You don't want to get in a car in a rainstorm with a pissed off C.Red, because he was hot the whole time. I mean, I didn't even need to put the defrost on. The windows were spotless because of the anger and heat emanating off of Red, with good reason. So now here we're going into Crash Givings, which is a historic event. A lot of crazy things have happened at Crash Givings over the years. And Red, have you been informed what your role is? I mean, has this been made official?
I'm still waiting to hear back from Jed. And I don't even care. I'm showing up. You want me to wrestle? I'm gonna wrestle. Now, if Rage is man enough, which I doubt he is, he'll still put on his little deacon outfit and hobble in with that $5.99 Walgreens cane and whatever, But it'll prove what I've been saying the whole time, So, it's funny, Steve. Our saying goes.
Here's the funny part.
Here's the funny part.
Two shots out there playing the drinking game. 2 shots right now. Drink.
We started this whole journey, Steve. Think about it. We started it before, and then we finished it. And you and I decided we would never go back down this road.
Never go back. We did. You and I agreed. We talked about this at length many times over the years.
And to get a call from Rage, and Rage says, hey, look, I need somebody to watch my back. Okay. With 30-something plus years of friendship, okay, great, dude. I got you. And I guess in his head, he thought he was 30. I don't know. But he jumps off the top rope, cracks his ankle, leg, whatever, and now he's out. Okay. I'm sorry it happened, but hey, okay, whatever. But now, I'm thrust in a match, don't know who it is, and it's Nick Diamond. So as you can see, me and Andy have something in common.
Ooh, a tag team. That'd be a hell of a tag team.
Then you turn around, and then again, what causes me the match is not Nick Diamond. It's Cameron.
Cameron.
So then it's funny. I'm starting to wonder, did Jed know CNC was gonna go attack Marche after his match?
I don't want to put
I'm sitting here and I'm playing this in my mind and I'm wondering
how I got here. I was thinking about this going,
did Jed know? And did he know to the point where me and Marche have history and he knows how I feel about Marche?
Uh-oh, Andy's got a point. What do you got, Andy?
I was going to say, it's one thing to pull at a couple loose ends, but when you pull it enough, you can make a rope. And at the end of that, you got a guy who's hung himself. So this doesn't sound like just a conspiracy right now. It sounds like something that could be really happening.
So you don't think that the Marche situation was a coincidence? Is that where you're going with that, Red?
I mean, it's kind of funny. Everybody knows how we feel about each other, the love that we have for each other, inside and outside the ring. So the history we share. So he knew if anybody was going to come and even the odds, it was going to be me, right?
Yeah. The puppet master, perhaps.
And Then when all the shenanigans happened, right?
Right.
Last month, what was Jed?
He was working in the back most of the time last month. He popped out.
He was where? He was where?
He was working in the
Isn't it funny he was in the back during the main event?
When Mike Strong got attacked, who's another friend of yours.
Strong gets attacked
By Nick Diamond and Cameron. So, well, this is certainly turning into an interesting. Wow, we're like the X-Files here.
So your main event is going on. Somebody's being attacked. And all the buffoonery and chaos is going on. And I get pinned. And I'm not taking anything away from Cody. If I was in the same position, I'm putting you down for 1, 2, 3, so I could get a shot.
The opportunity.
But it was for a title shot, right?
That's correct.
And then this past weekend, I was supposed to face Nick Brubaker, right?
The Filth King himself, who no-showed the event.
The former champ, right?
Right. Did he no-show, or was he told by somebody to stay away? There's many
Was he
ways.
paid off?
So while I'm preparing for a month for Nick Brubaker, I get thrown a swerve ball at the last second.
A guy with a pedigree. The Moondogs, that family is they're well known in this business.
And as you stated, I got hit with a bone.
That big, like a femur.
And the ref
How did that come about?
Ref did nothing, right?
Rev did nothing. Jed did not. Nobody did anything. The referee was looking right at that's the thing that gets me. The referee is watching the man with the bone beat you with it. I'm like, in any other place, this is a disqualification. Immediately, the match is thrown out. Immediately. Hit somebody with a dinosaur bone, get disqualified.
But as you stated, Jed was on commentary with you, right?
Thought he said there was nothing he could do.
But he's the man with the power.
Yes. Lots to talk about, Red. That's a lot of food for thought.
The man with the power who could have also banned Cameron from ringside and this show and chose not to.
Ooh, we've got a Scooby. We got another mystery on our hands, gang. I'm telling you. We're going to get back into Hallow Pursuits as we go forward in this show. But we're glad, Andy, that you're here. A lot of people really like what you do. A lot of people that I respect really like what you do. And I saw your match. This is the first time I've seen you work. And I was supremely impressed. You were fantastic. A superstar to me. You marked me out on commentary. I hope you enjoy the presentation because I couldn't get enough Hot Rod Andy, baby. Hot Rod Andy, daddy, baby. I'll get it right. It's one of these times. I'm
a man of many names, man.
You're the man of many names. You're international.
You call me the Dunkaroo Daddy. I'm anything, man. I am everything. I
want to hear how this journey started for you because you have a very like Liam Neeson. Once upon a time, you have a very specific set of skills, and I want to know how we got here.
So do you want the true Hollywood Andy story, or do you want the like boring I'm making a DVD Andy story?
I would like that behind the music story where everything is coming up roses and then something happens, you hit the wall, but then there's that shot at redemption. Those are the stories that are the best.
All right. So little tiny baby boy was born. Yeah, 1988. Okay.
1988. That was the year we graduated, Red.
Grew up watching the Macho Man Randy Savage, idolizing the man. All right. I even perfected the voice, as you can hear.
That's very nice. The Macho Ghost would be proud.
Yeah, Macho Man just kind of, I am becoming that now. I'm living that life. But now I kind of just like give you the whole deep dive, got in trouble a lot as a kid. 3 brothers pulled mattresses off beds, wrestled each other, always fought with my brothers and got in trouble a lot. Cardboard and tinfoil belts. And this is all, I'm actually from, are we keeping this kayfabe or are we making this real?
You can do it any way you
whatever
want.
I want.
This is the Hot Rod Daddy.
I'm going to give you the real description me and my friend Michael, aka Ricky, have written down. So I'm actually a time traveler from 1992. John, on the other podcast with my friend Ewok and John Bullard, you may know him.
We do.
They have explained to everyone before as well. I kind of swerved out in the cornfield and ended up in a wormhole. And I was comatose from 1992 to 2020. And like, I'm learning everything about professional wrestling has completely changed, man. Like, all my idols are completely gone. Like, it's been wild. But like, first off, I don't know how my super kick didn't win. Like, my ultra kick should have won that match. No one's ever kicked out of that, but apparently people just kick out of it all the time now. So I'm gonna have to reevaluate that one.
Go back to the lab, as it were.
Yeah. And luckily my lab is only like 10 feet away from me, so I can just get out there and do my thing. But yeah, so I've been wrestling for a long time. We'll say a long time. And right now I'm currently in Chicago training with a place called Wrestle League. Some guys at Hybrid, so I'm also learning some other things, getting some other talents in my pockets. But I don't know how to explain it. I'm like a man lost in time, relearning all about it. So,
Red, have we ever had a time traveler on the show?
Not that I can think of.
I'm the first, baby. I'm the first time traveler.
I hope you got your flux capacitor fluxing, because we're going to need to get you up to 88 to get you home.
It was actually attached to my go-kart.
Nice.
I've lost
answer
that.
for everything. I love it. So you came into Crash Tested as a fan, and next thing you know, you're approached by Jed. And I know you've been approached by our friend John Bullard, and John Bullard has one of the best eyes for talent working in this industry as a promoter. So you sold Jed, you sold Bullard. We'll see you at Chicagoland Championship Wrestling at some point in 22, I expect. How are you enjoying the ride now? Because you're out there, your promos are great, your work in the ring is really good. What is the end game for Hot Rod Daddy? Are you looking to take this all the way to the top, baby? Or, are you happy with where you're at and what you're doing and the experiences you're having now?
I'm never content until I'm living this like fully eat, breathe, shit, piss, like until this becomes my life, like this is all that I do. I don't think I'll ever be content. So yeah, I'm planning on titles. I'm planning on crazier promos that I'm actually working on a movie. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I play a character named Duke Laserfist, and I'm going to shoot a movie.
I was going to ask you about that. I saw the Duke Laserfist situation coming to a head. That's interesting. So now you're going to be a science fiction movie star.
Not just science fiction. I also do buddy cop movies. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of oh wait, someone was coming in. Sorry, I got distracted. I thought I saw someone coming in the door. But I'm doing a buddy cop movie here soon. I've got an alien movie I'm about to shoot. Action roles. I'm going to be right up there with like Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's going to be great.
Wow. So we've got you on the ground floor. You're so approachable for interviews now, because you'll be out on the West Coast or in the Sunshine State with Cameron, doing big things. Did everybody see that? Did everybody see that situation?
Forgot where he was after I kicked him.
Did you see that, Red? So he said, don't bother me. I'm heading out to the Sunshine State. Now we know that Cameron was heading to California. What is the Sunshine State, Andy?
I'll take Florida, sir.
And you got it, Florida. And on his post, his own high society guy, Nick Diamond, says, did you get kicked too hard because the Sunshine State's Florida? So he can't even keep it straight with his own faction on Facebook. It's hilarious. The guy is a walking acronym. It's unbelievable. He's a contradiction. It's unbelievable.
That kick's coming for Nick next.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So you have overheard. Now I know we've got the Red Rage situation. You know, we'll see if he gets what he wants. I mean, I think Red was
just take it, Red. Just take it.
He was pretty clear. And when Red cuts a promo like that, when you get under Red's skin to the point where Red's mad, you know, I was sitting there on comedy. I'm like, God, I hope I didn't do anything this week to piss him off. Fortunately, he blew right by me, hit Jed, and then went right at Rage. But when Red gets in that zone and he starts talking, you can feel the intensity level in the room escalate. And I swear at one point, I'm looking over at the Reverend, and the Reverend's welling, and you could see like distress.
Time out.
Uh-oh.
Mama Red. It's Mama Red.
How you doing, Mama Red?
How you doing? Whoever you are.
Did you get your water? Did you get your water Sunday night? Because I was very concerned about the water.
Yeah, I got the water. Did you hear that? She got the water.
She got the water. You're a good son. You gotta get Mama Red the water.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, you just can't.
Finish asking your question, man.
I know that this kind of stuff doesn't happen on the JFW podcast.
We're live, pal.
There's no Mama Red at JFW. They have a potato fetish, but there's no Mama Red. But we'll get to them later. As I was saying, you can feel the intensity. You look over at Rage and you can see the anxiety and tears almost welling up his eyes as Red is dressing him down. And you could see the sweat on the brow of CEO Jed Williamson when Red was going at him. So is it a situation where they both were caught so off guard that you got so raw so quick, or were they fearing exposure? See, I've been thinking a lot about this over the last couple of days, and I don't like to be the Fox Mulder of the situation and seeing conspiracy and little green men everywhere. But if it quacks like a duck and it swims like a duck, might be a duck. Red?
And Daffy and Donald, they both
goose.
are. So Daffy and Donald are in the same pond.
Maybe.
And here's, again, maybe Jed has nothing to do with this, but somewhere in there, Jed is mixed up. Because again, there's no way that you can tell me everybody. It's ironic that in order for Cody to get a title shot, he's got to go through me. And Nick has been wanting a title shot at Marche, and Jed put me in that. Now, whether he showed or not, but if that's the case, and I'm not saying I want to fight Marche for the title, but where's my opportunity? Because here's the thing, Rage was supposed to fight in the Destiny tournament, right?
Chasing Destiny, that's right. Here's something else that's
so
funny.
So here's the thing. If Nick didn't show and Rage couldn't go, which I've heard his wife say a million times, then why wasn't I put into the tournament? Why wasn't I able to fight Mike Strong?
Here's something else that you maybe didn't hear because it happened on commentary live. he was talking about Andy during Andy's match as he was doing well against Nick Diamond for 90.
Well, this is news to me. Let's hear this.
He at one point on commentary, and you can re-rack this. You can see this. You can hear this. This happened right next to me because I was like, yes, let's do it. He was ready to give Andy a pass with a victory into the Chasing Destiny and making it a 5-way. Jed said that. So it seems like Red should have gotten a shot. Andy should have won his match. Clearly did win his match, but the referee was blind, and the referee was blind in your match. Both of you had aspirations, and both of you were cut down quickly by a blind referee. And it's interesting because, you know, I listened to Red talk about should have been because of who was not there. And I heard Red say, well, let's just put Andy in it. And then that never happened. It's interesting that the two of you guys are completely separate, yet somehow you keep intertwining in a very, very interesting plot twist to this broadcast.
A lot of common denominators.
And isn't it ironic? So this isn't a show where we just had one referee. We had two.
We did.
But isn't it funny that both of us, Andy and I, both get the brand new blind mullet wearing ref?
It seemed like BJ, refed all the high society matches.
And in both matches that I and C.Red had, we both lost via a cheat.
Interesting.
And not to mention, I mean, that ref was turned around long enough for me to win 4 matches.
You can't argue with it. You can just watch the film.
Has anybody paid attention that after the match, even after I lost, went to shake the Moondog's hand and got assaulted again?
I did.
And the ref was standing right there.
The ref did the same to me. I was just laying there getting stomped. He didn't even try.
And as far as I can tell, he walked out with Moondog.
You hate to speculate because truly we don't know. Only Jed knows. And I'm happy that
that's
Jed,
the problem.
I'm not gonna ruffle Jed's feathers because he's done great things for me. He's gotten rid of Cameron and he has acknowledged me as the voice of CTW. So I'm pleased with what's happening. The fact that I don't have to toil with Cameron is a great thing for me. Makes me very happy.
But Steve, while we're elated that you don't have to deal with Cameron,
right?
The bullshit has to stop. And at Crash Givings, just like I said to them, if I don't get what I want, there will be consequences.
Hey man, if you need help, I mean, I think I'm free. I might be getting sued or whatever on that night, so I'm good to do whatever.
It's interesting because Andy may very well end up in a match with the scumbag ambulance chasing attorney that is Eric Schultz, the prosecutor, because now it looks like he's hitched his wagons to high society. Nothing official has been said, but the speculation is certainly there. C.Red says a word, and people look past it sometimes because when a human is wronged, there are consequences for the action. So you can say, you know what, you're going to have some consequences. Today, in a post I made on social media to Heather Reckless and to Hades X1X, I said, in November, there will be consequences. But when I say consequences, it's one thing. But when C.Red says consequences, 9 times out of 10 means something completely different. Red, care to comment?
you know. That's all that matters.
So Crash Givings, an annual event, a event that has had historic significance in the lore of crash tested wrestling, will have Hot Rod Daddy Andy looking to get his stroke back and maybe get a legit.
I never lost it.
I know you never lost. You were stolen from you.
Like I said, you counted. I've won 4 times in one match, man.
Times in one night.
Just incompetence is what beat me. That's all, and it's not even my own.
And if C.Red doesn't get what he wants, he might be bringing consequences. And crash tested wrestling has had consequences before. So if you're still on the fence about coming out to Hobart Thanksgiving weekend, Thursday, you've had the turkey. Friday, you've done the shopping. Saturday, you hang up the Christmas decorations. Sunday, you come to Hobart because you're going to want to see this. You're going to want to see, if Hot Rod Daddy Andy fights the counselor, that's going to be something special. There's nothing like watching an attorney get his ass kicked, 80s style, by a time traveler, for Christ's sake. That's great theater. But if Red doesn't get what he wants, consequences. And when Red says consequences, that has a way of changing a company's direction and trajectory. I've seen it happen before. So, wow. I thought this was, go ahead, Andy.
In the spirit of giving, man, I mean, you got what you wanted and you got Wayne off the table. But if there's anyone you could have next to you, who would you want?
Well, that's where I have a problem with our CEO, because he knew he was going to take Cameron off commentary and he had someone in line. Now, he owes me nothing. He doesn't have to tell me anything. I work with who he tells me to work with. But in the interest of a spirited commentary team, you know, you'd like to say, hey, you know what? I want to bring in somebody else. Is there somebody out there that you might like to work with? Well, here's the thing. In attendance at Hallow Pursuits, there just happened to be somebody in that arena that I would like to have as my commentary partner. And, you know, she tends to run with Hot Rod Daddy Andy, and that is the roller derby legend herself, the immortal Cactus Rack. Now, Red, how would you like to see me and a roller derby legend roll on commentary? I think that would be pretty good for business, don't you?
I'll take her over you any day.
Well,
oh, I get to be there too.
I was going to say, Steve, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I got a surprise guest. Your surprise guest.
Hot Rod Daddy's come with a surprise guest?
I'm calling my shot, baby.
He's calling his shot right here on the Power Hour.
Here.
Is that the maestro?
Oh, there she is. There she is. The
Hello.
one, the only, the immortal Cactus Rack. How are you?
The most obscure. I'm wonderful. I'm sitting here eating some pumpkin seeds. I'm the most obscure legend and Northwest Indiana's ever seen.
It's funny because you know, a male female commentary team is not something you see very often. Every once in a while, we see on Impact, they're doing it right now, and their broadcast is very entertaining. If you were offered the position, would you take it?
Absolutely. This is not my first rodeo. So
Ooh.
I was actually the commentary with a gentleman for Vixen's roller derby, and I was going to go back to doing it with the knockouts, but then I decided I'd rather skate. So I've got some history.
You can do it. The job can be done. So, Mr. CEO, if you're watching, I mean, just look at the chemistry right now. I mean, it's gold, spun gold. You want your people to see spun gold. That's what we're bringing to you. The offer is there. So,
Steve, Steve,
Uh-oh.
nobody's gonna care about you. They're gonna be looking at her.
Well, that's the
Exactly.
thing. Because that's the thing. They don't have to look at me. I don't want them to. That it's a great distraction. It's a great, and that's what I need. I'll talk. They'll look at her. It's the great commentary team.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing.
Oh,
Ray.
so that's why we work so well together. Okay, I get
That's
it now.
exactly it. But the thing is, she's got the gift of gab. She can talk just as good as I can. So
Yes.
how are you going to get eye candy?
Steve, you might talk yourself out of a job.
It's okay. If I get replaced by Cactus Rack, how can that be a bad thing?
I mean, I'm gonna need someone to sub in. Maybe Derby season's coming back.
See, so I'll be an alternate.
You might get to sub in for me every once in a while.
I would do that with pleasure and honor.
Because
Let me ask you
as
this.
you know, what?
Are you going back? Are you getting back in the game?
I'm practicing. We are not looking at a season anytime soon, but I was going to give it all up because of a concussion. And I decided that I can't just not turn people into stains on the floor anymore.
Yes. You do listen to commentary. You do listen to me. That's fantastic.
I do. I did listen.
Do you miss roller derby?
Yes.
Man, I want to go.
This is probably the worst place to say this. Wrestling was my first love. Roller derby is my true love. So
well, hey, you know what? That's all right. I want to be a roller derby broadcaster. I want to do that because that is some fun stuff. Have you ever seen roller derby, Red?
Of course I have, but I don't want to commentate it.
Come on, we can do it.
I just want to watch. I just want to watch the girls.
Check us out, Chicago Knockouts Roller Derby. We are based out of Fleetwood Roller Rink. When we get our season, when we get our season going again, we do bouts every month, and you will like what you see.
Red, we're going. We're taking a field trip. We're bringing the Power Hour to Fleetwood.
You might get to see me give someone a head scissors with my skates on. So,
oh, this is good stuff. So,
Lord have mercy.
Hot Rod Daddy, Andy, Cactus.
You need him.
No. I want you to give me your. We're practically commentary partners already. I mean, we'll overwrite Jed. We'll overrule him. We're practically a team. So give me your analysis on what happened in that match and what you saw.
My analysis is that Nick Diamond got a little too big for his britches, and he learned the hard way.
Yeah, he did. And
Andy wants me to remind you that it was a 12 count.
It was
not 3 count.
It was indeed.
It was a 12 count.
4 times, 4 victories consecutively.
4 victories. Yes.
And that's great. And you used the word britches in 2021 and it paid off big.
And I want to remind you that Nick Diamond had his feet on the ropes when he had Andy in the small package. Clear cheating. I'm going to need BJ Porter's mullet for that.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. We need to get rid of mullet. Did you see a gigantic bone hit C.Red?
Yes, I did see that.
Red, there you go. Eyewitness accounts that bone's real.
I know it was real. I felt it.
If you need me to vouch, I can tell anybody that needs to hear it that I saw that bone hit you.
Well, thank you, beautiful. I appreciate it. But the butthole that's running the company right now clearly is either, I don't know, during commentary if his glasses fell off or his breath was so hot that they fogged up, or I have no idea. I know I am. Steve really needs a new commentary partner for Crash Tested, because Jed's so ugly that his hair started moving to the back of his head because it didn't even want to be seen in public with him.
Now, just to counterpoint here, Jed, we love you. We know you're gonna get me a splendid commentary partner. So the butthole stuff and the hair running in the back, I don't support that statement, but you can clearly see that Red and Steve and Cat,
Give me what I want.
we got something going here. So
Give
I'm
me
just
what I
saying.
want.
You
That's
gotta
all
give
he has to do.
I'd like him to give me what I want. I mean, we should get what we want. We're CTW legends, right? Well,
I think so.
But clearly, what does that mean in nowadays?
not as much as it once did, I think.
I mean, because clearly, you know, it means nothing when magically things are starting to happen more and more. And again, you brought it up. So as you brought it up, my mind has been racking this entire time. And I'm, even once we are done with this show tonight, I'm going to sit in front of my PS5, cut on my Madden, and still wonder, is Jed behind High Society? Has this been all a ruse? Is Cameron his puppet?
You mean as in ruse, a cunning attempt at trickery?
A bad attempt at trickery. Because if it's true, we already figured it out.
You know, maybe the legends aren't what we used to be, but we've got a new crop of saviors like Hot Rod Daddy Andy, like Michael.
I'd like to put in a word here for the legends that at least you're not Kirkland brand Shawn Michaels or the physical manifestation of a tribal tattoo like CNC Destruction. See, got a lot going for yourselves.
Oh, wow. Now that's the kind of analysis I need every month on commentary.
I love to throw shade.
That's all we do on commentary.
Love to
Throw shade. She talking about throw shade, man. She pitched that with 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, that had a little inside break too. That was good. That was solid.
She should be playing in the World Series. When she throws.
Mm-hmm.
The minute
I'm not going to say you're wrong.
the minute I saw her at that first show when her and Hot Rod Eddie were in the audience, I'm like, this is destiny. This is, speaking of chasing destiny, this is destiny. This is fate. This was meant to be. Jed, make this happen. It's important. Sum up Hot Rod Daddy Andy in a few words, if you will. Tell me what you think of this man. I mean, I know you've got personal interest there, but tell me what you see, what you like about this character, what you like about what he's doing, and how far do you think he'll go?
I think he'll go all the way to wherever he wants to go. I mean, not even just personally, I'm also an athlete. He's very hardworking. He's very creative. This is all of his time and energy. We couldn't even go to the Renaissance Fair without him trying to cut a promo. So he lives, sleeps, breathes, and eats this. And let me tell you, it's hard to make me laugh. And he cracks me up. He loves this. So the world needs Hot Rod Daddy Andy.
The world needs it. Crash Tested Wrestling has it, but is it smart enough to keep it? Cactus Rack, it is a genuine honor to have you on the Power Hour. And we will lobby hard to get you on commentary because I think it just makes good sense.
Please do. Please do. It was lovely to be here. I'm going to give you back to Andy now.
All right. That is roller derby legend and future crash tested commentator, Cactus Rack. Check out the Fleetwood roller rink and the knockouts. I mean, the roller derby's great. If you've never seen it, go see it. It's fantastic energy.
It's wrestling on skates, man. It's violent.
Violent. It is really violent. Wrestling's violent, but there's something about those skates that make it extra violent and
It's
scary.
good surprise, right, man?
So it's good stuff. We'll check that out.
I watched Laverne and Shirley.
Very nicely done there. I love it. All right. So we've talked about Andy's grievances. We've talked about Red's grievances. We got a little background on our time traveling friend here. And we had the surprise of a lifetime with Cactus Rack on this show. Gentlemen, Crash Givings, that's our next stop in Crash Tested Wrestling. We know that if Red doesn't get what he wants, there will be consequences. And we know that, Hot Rod Daddy Andy is
I'm a loose cannon, baby. I'm a loose cannon.
But
I
a
am
commodity.
a rogue athlete.
people are going to start seeing this footage. People are going to start seeing what you can do. John Bullard already knows what you can do, and the opportunities, they will come, because in 2021, wrestling is in need of salvation, and the only way to save it is with good storylines and good characters. And Cactus summed it up beautifully. You eat, sleep, live, and couldn't even go to the Renaissance Fair without cutting a promo. It's very difficult to get people that are established superstars to cut a damn promo on a monthly basis. So
I cut a promo on basically everything every day. Like, I've got promos in my phone right now that I haven't even posted because I haven't found the time or like the like information that I've wanted to put out. So like I said, I've got a backlog of at least like 10 or so odd promo things that I'm ready to do. I got a book. I got a whole book.
Don't ever change. Don't ever change. Keep going down this road, because the wrestling world needs what you're selling. Before we shift into the next topic, I want to give each of you an open forum to speak directly at the Crash Tested Wrestling CEO, because he says he watches this show. Let's see if he watches the whole show. We'll start with Hot Rod, our guest of honor tonight.
Okay, Jed. First thing, thank you for signing the papers, getting the papers ready, getting me to sign on the dotted line, signing the Hot Rod Daddy, baby. Yeah, you got me ready to go in 2021 here. But I'm gonna need you to do one thing, and I'm gonna need you to give me another match with Nick Diamond. I know right now I've got attorneys after me. I've got Wayne. I'm super angry that I've messed his jaw up, man. But I need you to do the right thing, because if you do the right thing, Hot Rod will bring you some heat, baby. I will bring the electricity. I will bring the thunder. But I need you to give me Nick Diamond. That's all I want.
Seems pretty clear cut and straightforward. C.Red?
One thing.
Oh, one thing.
I'm saying it's just one thing. I only ask for one thing, man. I may be an eclectic person, but I am a simple man at heart. I just want the one thing, and I just want Nick Diamond, and I want Wayne gone.
So well, we all want Wayne. We all would like to see Cameron stay in California if that's where he is. C.Red, I gave Hot Rod Daddy Andy the floor to speak to the CEO. And I feel like you've been kind of speaking to him the whole show, but let's bottle it up. Cut it down to brass tacks. But light it up first.
Jed, CEO, boss, whatever you want to be called, pick a title. It really don't fucking matter. Told you what I wanted. Said it in front of you, in front of the crowd, and more importantly, in front of that coward rage. So Crash Givens, I want rage. I don't care if you got to wheel him through the back door, throw him in the ring. I don't care. He can wear his little deacon outfit. I don't care. You don't have to sit here and try to schedule time. No, because it won't take long. I'm tired. 30-year friendship out the window. And would I be surprised if Rage is behind High Society? No. Would I be surprised if you and Rage are behind High Society? I wouldn't. I asked you. And now I'm asking again. Give me Rage. But I'm telling you, if I don't, there will be consequences at Crash Givens.
Red is a man of few words. Well, sometimes he's got a lot of words, but tonight He's keeping it very short, concise for anybody to understand. If you missed Halo Pursuits, you missed some great matches. You missed Jared Kripke heading to the finals for the Chasing Destiny tournament. Nick Diamond heading to the finals of the Chasing Destiny tournament. Mike Strong heading to the finals of the Chasing Destiny tournament. So that will happen at Crash Givings. We saw Marche Rocket decimate Cody James in what was a historic matchup. And I don't have kitchen vision. I said that on commentary, but to see a man get thrown through a kitchen serving window with popcorn flying behind him is something that I've never seen before. Marche retains his title and then called out the Filth King, who no-showed. Now, is Brubaker part of high society? I tend to doubt it. Filth King dances to the beat of his own drum. But did somebody manipulate Brubaker to not being at Halo Pursuits? That remains to be seen. But Marche Rocket left no doubt in anyone's mind by saying he's tired of the shenanigans. He wants Brubaker. He's tired, and he says, rematch, let's do it right now. I'm not waiting. So if you come to Crash Givings, you're going to see a lot of things. You're going to see the Hot Rod. You're going to see C.Red. You're going to see Marche and Brubaker. You're going to see the conclusion of Chasing Destiny. Someone will be crowned. It's a big night. It's Thanksgiving weekend. You need something to seal that weekend with a bang, to put it in your memory for the rest of your life. You enjoy the turkey on Thursday. You do the shopping on Friday. Put up the Christmas decorations on Saturday, and then come to Hobart, Indiana on Sunday, and we will be the dessert to your feast that is Thanksgiving weekend. Don't miss Crash Givings. Now, Hot Rod, you like the podcast, right?
Oh, yeah.
Red, we've had this little thing going for a while. You enjoy a podcast or two in your life, right?
Of course.
Well, I do too. I like to think that we do pretty good work here. We're not infamous or famous, but, we have a good little thing going here. Red and I have chemistry. We make it entertaining each and every week. We don't get paid. We do this because we love it. And we enjoy talking to each other and with our guests. That's why we do it. And we like to push our products, and we like to promote the companies that we work for, like SCW, which had Halomania, which we'll talk about in a moment. But what I want to talk about right now is the verbal beating, unbeknownst to me, that we've been taking at the hands of the JFW podcast. And Red messages me over the course of the last 2 days, says, "The hell's going on here, man?" I had no idea that people were talking smack about us behind the lines of podcasting. I mean, I think we're pretty straightforward guys. We're pretty much friends with everybody. We go and we talk people from here, people from there, but these guys don't like us. They think we are small potatoes. And they actually said this, and this is the funniest thing, that there's a lot of funny things and a lot of stupid things that were said, but they said we better keep our hands off of the Windy City guys. Red, how do I keep my hands off the Windy City guys when the guy that I do the damn show with is an original?
If he had hair, he'd be scratching it right now.
He would. He would. Now, I want to break it down.
There you go.
There are three members of this podcast. There's Dallas, who's a saint, probably the most talented person on this podcast in the episodes that I've listened to. And I would, if she wants to jump ship, she could join me and Red over here at the Power Hour anytime she'd like to. I think she's entertaining. But then there's Travis, who's been talking a whole bunch of mess. And then there's Doris, who I don't need to say anything about. His reputation speaks for itself. I liked the podcasts. I thought they were entertaining. But calling us small potatoes and calling me a job stealer and all of the mess that was coming out of these mouths on these podcasts. I mean, I'm honored to occupy so much space in your brains. I mean, those must be some small brains for me to be occupying so much time. There are plenty of more interesting people in this world to talk about than me, even though I am a battle royal champion. Red, you remember that, right? But anyway,
Steve's a heel now.
I'm a heel now. I can go heel. I can do either way. The thing that's interesting is today they were championing the emergence of the new SCW tag champs, Evil Gains Evil. They dance with the devil. Everybody knows that Aaron Xavier and I have heat for almost a decade. He doesn't like me. I don't like him. And we've come to he hit me with a chair. We got history. John Hudson is his running buddy. Now, Jonathan Hudson is a spectacular super athlete and a member of the Chicago Connection, of which I consider myself a member as well. And I respect him and I consider him friend, but he's running with the wrong guy. They are champions. Their championships were won Saturday night in very auspicious circumstances. I don't think they get those titles if there wasn't the misstep of Pow invading and Spade and Ruthless Ramon doing what they did. So you're championing people that cheat, just like high society does, just like others do, just like we've done in the past. Red, they're going to have the shortest title reign in history, right? Because they came after you.
First of all, to Spade and Ramon, it won't be forgotten. Bikers don't scare me. Angry little short Hispanics don't scare me.
I don't think they scare Andy either.
So
nothing scares me, man.
So as James Brown says, look for the big payback. As far as the titles go, they didn't even lose them, you know, but it is what it is at this point. Elite Pain is pissed. And more importantly, Hunter is pissed.
What is it those kids say? Those crazy kids in Shabance say they start chanting when they come out. What do they say?
Tell everybody Hunter's gonna kill you.
I got arrested from Facebook for typing that. But it's true.
That's why you went to Facebook.
That was one of them. That was one of them. One of my little offenses is because I told Aaron Xavier that Hunter was going to kill him. And that was enough to get me banned. The point is, fun is fun. Games are games. And you can like who you want to like. But I can tell you this, Evil Gains Evil is going to have the shortest title reign in the history of the sport. Because in November, on the 20th, they're going to lose those titles. So it's the point is moot. Steal what you want. Anybody can steal something, but you're not going to be able to keep them. Longevity is not on your side, Aaron Xavier. You might be an evil genius, but you've messed with the wrong tag team, managed by Red, Elite Pain. Andy, you got a thought?
That's the Hot Rod's birthday. I might have to make a stop on that day.
Come sit next to me on commentary. You can come out and we'll have a good time. We'll have fun. We'll make it eclectic. We'll make it the 80s all over the night. But anyway, Elite Pain had their titles taken from them. Didn't lose them. They were taken. And Terry Allen, the president of SCW, on the phone with me as it was happening when they tried to pass off, we'll let you know if we'll give you a title shot. He was watching the live stream. He was watching the Maestro's feed. Called me up, said, nope, book that match. So C.Red, along with Hunter Payne and the Elite Marco Anthony, will be in Shabance in November. Evil Gains Evil will be in Shabance in November. I saw a post today. John Hudson he'll be back in 3 to 5 weeks. That's just enough time to get to that show. So it's on. So there you go. There's a lot of wrestling happening in November, kids. The 19th, CSW, Franklin Park. We got the Destiny Ring tournament. It's going to be great. We've got the induction of Ripper Manson. Going to be great. SCW. We've got, obviously, James Creed will be there. There'll be a lot of things happening in SCW in November. Then we've got Crash Givings, in which C.Red has sworn there'll be consequences. And Hot Rod Daddy Andy is ready for anything. But he wants Nick Diamond. So there's a lot going on. And to the JFW podcast guys that I found on Podbean, I mean, you kind of have to show up to a show for anybody to take you seriously, right? I mean, I saw one of them on Saturday, and I thought, nice guy, good kid. And now I get this. And then, Doris is the one that's been calling Hunter out on the podcast. Why would you do that? So there's a lot of things happening right now, Red. You got a message for JFW, the podcasts?
I'm still trying to figure out, don't mess with our Windy City guys when I'm one of the Windy City guys.
I think we're going to start going down a Windy City rabbit hole, and I'm going to start bringing all the Windy City guys in here. I think we'll call up Ripper.
I would love to see that interview happen.
We're gonna call up Ripper. Ripper's gonna be inducted into CSW Hall of Fame. We'll get Ripper on this show. We'll get them. We got Ivan Manson. Manson's coming in a few weeks. We're going to Compass Arena for that one. So don't touch the Windy City guys. He is a Windy City guy. I'm a friend of a Windy City guy. That's insane. JFW stands for just fucking what? I don't know. I don't know. Before we go, I want to say this to Andy. Andy, I really like what you're doing. I really do. I call matches in many places, and I see dozens of superstars all over the place. And I've worked with some of the best. But when it comes to guts and charisma, I think you are very unique. And I like what you're selling. And I'm buying what you're selling. And I'm going to come after one of them Hot Rod Daddy Andy t-shirts because I want to rep the cause.
Well, I'll get you a hat, man. I got everything you need.
He's got everything I need. What's next for the Hot Rod? Where are you going next? What do you want to do next? Where would you like to work next? Tell me what's on your horizon.
See, I don't want a day off, but this year is coming to wraps. Like, I got a few more things coming up. I might be popping down to Nashville for a taste. I went down there, I think it was like last month or a month and a half ago. Pure dumb luck. Somehow a promo of mine ended up on Impact. So like I'm just, I go to these shows like as a fan of wrestling and as a wrestler myself. I go to these shows to watch and see who's out there, see who I'd like to face. I talk to these promoters. I do all I can to introduce myself because I am new to this area. Like no one besides like a few people in my circle right now.
Wormholes and cornfields.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah, I'm brand new to this area and this time. So like I'm just kicking open every door that I see. It's a house of many doors right now because I am knocking on a lot.
Well, we love what you're doing. I know Red appreciates storytelling and characters as much as anybody. So, I know that
I'll have to get Red in a movie, man. I need a partner in one of these buddy cop movies.
Oh my God. It's like Martin, it's like Martin Lawrence or Kevin Hart. Let me show you some of his TikTok material. If you don't want him now, you will want him then because the man go find Sean Young on TikTok. When you're done here, if you have a TikTok app, go find Sean Young and for an hour, You just keep scrolling and you're entertained. Careless Whisper. He goes deep with the Dusties. He does these duets. Sean is the TikTok king. If you're feeling blue, if you're feeling bad, go find Sean Young on TikTok and you'll feel better. I promise you. Andy, I want to thank you so much for coming to the show. I know it took us a long time to get you here, but I guarantee you it won't take us a long time to have you back. We look forward to seeing you next month at Crash Givings. I look forward to seeing you in 2022 at Chicagoland Championship Wrestling. You are going to fit in like a glove there. John Bullard is a genius, and him signing you is more proof of that because you are the goods, my friend.
As I say, I'll also see you in November, man. I'm coming there again as a fan on the 6th, so I might as well just take in what
Hot Rod Daddy and Rocket Pro Wrestling. Oh my God, that I will be watching for you. I'll be like, my God, there he is. I will give you a special.
I stand out everywhere I go, man. It's not hard. And it sounds cocky, but it's only because I wear the craziest things, so I automatically have to stand out.
I will find you and I will give you a big hug, and I will. I'm sure you'll be running with the queen, so we'll pay her respects as well, like you. Thanks to everybody for watching this episode of the Power Hour. And Jed, a lot of messages for you tonight, my friend.
Do the right thing.
I hope you watched because a lot of great information here. Crash Givings is your baby. You better burp the baby or it's going to puke all over you. I'm just saying, I've been there.
I'm just saying, Andy said do the right thing. And if he doesn't, we're going to fight the power.
And remember, do the right thing. That's a Spike Lee joint. On behalf of the urban sensation, the Tom Brady loving, difficult car ride, Bears highlight prick that is my partner, C.Red. And
600 touchdowns!
And on behalf of the newest phenomenon in professional wrestling, Hot Rod Daddy Andy, and the incomparable Cactus Rack, who we are delighted that we had as a part of the show. I am Steve. And
higher Cactus Rack.
We will higher Cactus Rack, indeed. We will see you next week.
Andy.
Next week on the Power Hour, we have a special guest.
You say that every week.
Well, and I mean it every week.
Every guest is special.
Our special guest was the Hot Rod. Next week is Evil Marche as we prepare for Rocket Pro. My bias for loving Marche will not be here next week because I've got a bone to pick with Mr. All Day. So until next week, I hope you all have a lovely week.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Won't he break the record? So he's the most interviewed guest.
This is lucky number 8.
And he's from Windy City.
And he's from Windy City. So there you go. So I want you all, I thank you all for watching the Power Hour, and I want you all to have a great week, except for the Stooges and JFW, but we still love Dallas. Red, Hot Rod, I'm Steve. We'll catch you next week on the Power Hour. Good night, everybody.